With Metalholic magazine, and I am sitting here with Blake and Jeff from In This Moment. How you doing, guys?
Good. We're doing great. How you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. I'm glad we had some time to spend together.
Yeah.
I actually talked to Maria a little bit about the album on Monday on the phone, but I'm glad to get to talk to you guys in person. And you guys don't generally do the interviews, so it's cool to sort of get a different take on how you guys sort of see everything. It's usually Chris and Maria. So
yeah.
The new album, A Star-Crossed Wasteland, hit yesterday.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's the best one you've done so far, because it sort of takes what you did on the first two and sort of bridges that gap in terms of sound, but there's really a lot of growth that I hear in the album. How are you guys feeling about it? What do you...
Well, that's basically what we were pretty much going for. I mean, like, you know, the first two albums, I mean, you know, you could say like, oh, they were trying for something on their second album, but really it was like, you know, both those albums were really each and every one of us putting in, and it was just like, you know, whatever. This album was, you know, exactly the same thing, where it's us just being real and making this third album, and it is pretty much our first and second album kind of meshed together, and a little something there for everybody, I think. And
yeah, it's like kind of like we're coming into our own sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, it's like we wrote our first record. It was our first record. And we wrote The Dream, and we weren't trying to do anything like, we weren't trying to be more pop or more rock. It's just what we wrote.
So natural.
And so on this record, it was kind of like, you know, like you said, it was like a culmination of the two records on this record, and it was just kind of like, oh, you know, this is our sound. This is kind of like what we are all, you know, what we're about, you know. So I think that, you know, it's our defining album. It's kind of like what our sound is, you know. I mean, and we're proud of both records. We're proud of all three records, but it's you know, it's like a lot of our metal fans got a little bummed out on the second record because they thought it wasn't heavy enough. Mm-hmm. And you know, I mean, you know, we wanted to pay homage to the metal fans, like, so like when Gun Show came out, it was like,
right,
there you go.
Yeah, first one.
Little more kick in the face, you know?
Bring the raw right from the beginning.
Right, just kick them right in the fucking head.
And I sort of feel like with the different songs and stuff on the album, I was telling Maria, it's like when you look at the title of the song and then you actually listen to the song, it really seems to fit what the title of the song is. And it's like, I don't know if you guys planned it that way or if it's just sort of how it came out. But
yeah, we planned the whole thing.
Yeah, we sat down for months.
We outlined it on paper first.
You know, we were like, all right, we got the wall, and then you
essay
got...
style,
yeah,
absolutely,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so each of you, what's your favorite song on the new album?
To listen to or to play?
To play.
To play. That might have to be Star-Crossed Wasteland. We haven't played it live yet, but we were jamming to it for live, and we'll probably pull it out every, you know, once in a while and see like what happens. But it's just kind of like a quick, fast song, and it has like a cool like mood like in the middle, and you know, blast in the end and stuff. It's just a lot of fun to play. Just one of those cool, you know, fun ones. So
you behind the kit. What
on the new record, there's so many of them. You know, I mean, from what we're playing right now on this, I'll just talk about because of the songs that we're playing.
I should have done that one.
Gun Show. You know, I really love playing like the verses in that song. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I've only had the album obviously for a couple of weeks to do the review and everything, but right now my favorite's Blazing, but it seems like it changes every few days. And that's one of the reasons I really wanted to see the show, because Maria said you guys were doing Blazing. I'm like, I wanted to see that whole sort of cheerlead section.
Yeah.
Nice.
See how that comes across live and everything. But one of the other things, I know Kevin Shirko produced this one.
Absolutely.
Again. Why did you go back with Kevin?
Well, because I mean, we just have such a great relationship with him, you know, and it's been.
Plus
we're
he's got
almost,
a pool.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a pool. I mean, you know, we get to live in his house and record, and no, but you know, he's almost like a family member now. You know, he's just real easy to work with, and he lets you like really explore all the possibilities, because he's just a well-rounded musician. I mean, he's a drummer, he plays guitar, bass, sings, everything. So. You know, I mean, I think we all really respect him, you know, and his ideas, and we listen to him, and he respects us, and and we just have a good rapport, you know. And he's really fun to work with. We have a lot of this now. We share a lot of the same humor and the jokes, and
sort of bonded over the course of 2 albums and everything.
He's cool.
Well, he just finished doing the new Ozzy album too, and I know he co-wrote a lot of that one. Did he co-write any of the stuff with you guys for this one?
Yeah, you know, I mean, basically when we go in with Kevin, we have the demos, you know, pretty much structured, like the skeleton of the song, if you want to call it, and we sit in the studio with him and just dissect each and every song that we want to put together, and just you know, we're sitting there just creating the song just from the start, and making it so that it's, you know, as best as it can be within the time frame that we're given. You know, obviously, if it was probably maybe 3 months of recording, the songs might sound a little different. But yeah, basically, you know, he's there with the whole, you know, writing and everything. You know, just sitting in the studio. You know, we're all throwing ideas at each other, and, you know, just getting to what feels right for each and every one of us, you know, during songs.
So basically, he writes all their parts.
Yeah. No, he sits in there. Y'all believe me, he does. And no, he's definitely a really, really good person to throw ideas at, and for him to throw ideas at us too. And, you know, he works very well with it's not like when you go there, it doesn't feel like, wow, this feels very professional and I better be on my game. It's like, you know what, you learn a little something, but at the same time, it's like this is family. You know, we're at this rad house. We're able to just hang out, do our things at our own leisure. You know.
I will say this though, if it takes you a little too long to do your track, he will light the fire.
Oh yeah,
he will crack the whip. Which is good. Which is good. You want that. You know.
Again.
Keeps you humble.
Him and I had actually a little bet going for, I think it took me 20 times actually to get through this one freaking solo, but you know, it actually didn't even make it on the album. Next question.